Good morning Year 9s, and this video is the first of our non-optional videos where we're looking at algebraic fractions. So these are fractions with variables in it. So like we were doing before, your first step is to copy the question down. Okay, it sounds obvious, but you must do that. It's very important that you copy these questions into your book first. Now we're looking for a number that 2 and 4 can both go into, and that number of course is 4. So we're going to write two fractions that are over 4. Now since we haven't changed the bottom of that second fraction, we leave the top the same. And this fraction here, we've doubled the bottom, and so we must double the top as well, and double x is simply 2x. Now that the bottom parts of the fractions are the same, we can add tops, and that gives us 5x over 4, and that's our final answer. Okay, let's have a look at our next example here. So our first step, like with the other one, is to copy out the question. So it's very important that you copy out the question. And the next step is to find a common denominator. Now, there's no number that we can think of that A and B both go into. And so if you think about what you're doing if you had, say, a difficult fraction, like say if you had 1 over 117 plus 3 over 401, it wouldn't be easy to think of a common denominator. And so what you would do is you would simply multiply those two numbers together to get a common denominator. And so that's what we're going to do with these ones. So I might even use a different colour pen here so that we can highlight exactly what's going on. So I'm going to multiply this fraction by b on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to multiply this fraction by a on the top and the bottom, and I'll explain why in just a second. Okay, so what that will do is that will give us two fractions where the bottoms are both a, b, and that's why I've multiplied it in that way. So on the top here we've got b times 4, which is 4b, and over here we've got 3 times a, which is 3a. So now that the bottoms are the same, we can add the tops together. And so 4b plus 3a, there's no way to combine it any further than to just say 3a plus 4b. The only reason I've written in that order is because it's alphabetical. And on the bottom we've got ab. So all I've done there is combined the top into one single fraction with one bottom part instead of having two bottom parts. And so that there is our final simplified fraction. Okay, let's look at our next example. So first step is to copy it out. So we've got 5 over x minus 4 over 3x. And now we've got to find a common denominator between x and 3x. And if we multiply the first fraction by 3, top and bottom, then that makes it 3x as well. So the second fraction we don't need to change. So if I've multiplied the bottom of that by 3, I must multiply the top by 3 as well, which gives me 15. And 15 minus 4 is 11, and our denominator does not change. And so that's our final answer. Okay, so hopefully you get the hang of those. Your work is in OneNote today rather than your textbook. So have a go at those ones there, and the answers are underneath.